Dash GS Tutorials back again for another tutorial to make your music videos look cool. Alright, so we have this effect and some prerequisites that you need. No plugins. Finally a tutorial that has no plugins, am I right? Aha. Alright, whatever. But you do need an overlay, which I have in the description below, and I have a second link where you can get 50 of these overlays, 50 of these Shockwave overlays in my Sellfy for only $1, and $1's a dollar. Yeah, I'm a sellout, whatever. I'm trying to make a living, so you know, help me out here. But you get 50 of them, and yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I teach you how to do it. I teach you how to change the color of it. I teach you how to make it bigger, and yeah, it's a pretty cool effect. So let's get, leave a like and comment, leave a dislike, comment, subscribe. Yeah, all right, let's get into it. So I have my clip right here. You can see it in the top, you can see it up here, and I have my Shockwave that I already talked to you about. You're gonna need this. I'll provide a link in the description. Pretty sure I already said that, but yeah. So let's take a look at this clip. Alright, so this first one I didn't do. It was just like that. That's how I got the inspiration for this. So, you see how he synced it to the music? For you, your music videos, it's gonna really look good. Well, all your effects if you sync it to the music, but especially this one, since it's kind of like, you know, like boom, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sync it to music as well. I talked about syncing a lot in my tutorials, but I'm just gonna go quick through it again. There's many ways you can sync it. You can just kind of listen and then create markers, but I like to look at the waveforms of the music. So if you have a really good sounding track, you can see where the hits are. So I can see right here there's a hit, so I'm just gonna click M on my keyboard, and then go to this next one, click M, and then go to this last one and click M. So if you look, where where the M is, or where I clicked M, that's where the beat goes. And what he did, what the editor did with this music too, or with this video, he speeded up. It's like he did like a Call of Duty edit. He speeded up and slowed it down, speed it up and slowed it down, and that will really work good with this effect, because there is masking involved. So make sure you either have someone not moving, or you can have them moving, you just have to work on it more, or just a still frame. Alright, so let's start getting to the effect. I have my Shockwave right here, which this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use for the effect. It's kind of different than the one he used, but it's still the same gist of the effect. Alright, first thing we want to do is we want to ungroup this. So you want to click on this top layer and press U on the keyboard. You see I ungrouped it, so now I can move it without moving the bottom. Next thing you want to do after you press U on the keyboard is you want to duplicate the track. So go to the top layer, go to right click, and duplicate track. Now what you want to do now is you want to go to your markers, click on them, and then press S on your keyboard, and that will cut them. And then you just want to cut every time there's a marker. So this is a separate clip, this is a separate clip, this is a separate clip. Alright, and then now you want to go back to the bottom layer right here, go click on the right, and click duplicate the track again. Oh no, sorry, let's go back. You're going to want to click insert video track. So now you have this empty space. So now what you can do is you want to get your Shockwave, and you want to put it underneath. You're going to put it underneath this first clip, and then we'll have it look like this. So now what we want to do is we want to mask it. So I'm going to make a very crude mask. You guys can take your time if you want it to look good, but I'm just making a very crude mask and give you some settings. So a little tip about this mask, I'm going to go inside of him. I'm not going to go all the way around him, and that's because I'm going to make a feather type right out. I'm going to make the feather type out and then make it pretty wide. So I can just save time on the masking and it'll still give me the effect. So now that I made it pretty wide, it gives me this effect, right? And then we have, if you look at it, there it goes. This one here, let's start this over, because I know when you bring it, this is the original clip right here, very long. So what I did, I just held Control, went to the end, and I shortened it, and then we have, it came all the way over here, and So it finishes right about here at the end of the clip. So you can keep it like that. I think in the preview I kept it like that, but if you say you want it to finish right before the second clip and you already shortened it as much as you can right click on this shockwave, insert and remove envelope velocity, and then you can just bring this up until you see this. Now you have these little indents here. That means the clip is ended and it's going to restart. So you can just bring it to that clip is about, or until that little indent is about, you know, like right there, right at the end of the clip, kind of. You won't get it perfect every time, but let's just make it like that. And here, let's make it a little bit wider. So it should finish off before the second clip. You know, it fades out and everything before the second clip. Okay, now how to make, since this shockwave came into black screen, how do we make the black screen transparent? Well, there's two ways. You can do the chroma key way and a different way. You don't want to do the chroma key wave because when you do the chroma key wave, here, let's do it. I'll just show you. You know, you do it black, you do it all black, and this gone. You have this effect, and they say, well, if I bring the slow threshold up, it'll get this. It just looks kind of gross, you know. It doesn't look very cool. Well, let's say you bring this down a little bit, the low threshold, and we bring this blur amount up. You know, it would just look like this. So what I do, usually for black screen effects with very white contrast, is you want to go over here, click this little more button, click compositing mode, and then click add. And then it comes pretty much how we want it to look like. Alright, and that's the first one. And I'll make it bigger for the second one just to show you. So what we can do for the second one is we can just copy this and move this over. Or what I did is I made a new track. So insert video track, and I moved this to the second one because I wanted this to fade out longer. So if I take this out, insert and move velocity, and then just make this longer, fade out, and this one would, so what would happen is this one would start, the second one would start, and this other one would fade out at the same time. I'm just giving you that an idea. You can use that too, but I'm going to go with the original way that we were doing it before. So let me go all the way back. Okay, so same thing for the second one. We're going to want to mask him out very crudely, and then make sure your mask is on the inside of him, because we're just going to feather it out a ton. I know he's going to move his arm, so I'm not going to mess with that. Feather it out a ton, right? And then we're going to go feather type out, and we'll make that to like 7. So we have this. Oh, that's. And the thing with this effect, it goes so fast, people will not notice that. Unless they're checking frame by frame, people will not notice that the mask, or it's starting out with him. You know? Okay, so let's say I want it to make it bigger. I just want to go to the pan and crop with the shockwave. Make sure it's on the first one. Zoom in. Oh, that's a little bit too big. Or whatever. Whatever floats your boat. And then boom, it's bigger. And it's also masked around him, so he's not, remember I forgot the arm because I thought he was gonna move his arm, but just make sure you include everything that you want. So that's the effect right now, and now I'm going to teach you how to make it, how to change it to a different color. There's a certain key effect I use. So do the same thing again. We're just hold control and drag this over, make it a copy, and then now this last screen goes super fast because if I go to it and it goes to his intro, but I don't want that. I just wanted this effect. So we can keep this. Well, it's the end of the, however you guys want it. We can keep this, or we can shorten it even more. I think if we shorten even more, it'd be like too fast. So right now I have it at like 200%. So if I shorten it even more, it'll be 300%, and then it'll just look super fast. I mean, if you guys like it like that, you can keep it, but I'm just gonna go back to the original, as in just a tutorial. Alright, so same thing again. Jeez, hold on. Alright, same thing again. Mask. Crude mask. Make sure it's inside him, not outside of him. Okay, let's connect here. Okay, whatever. Feather type out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There's a lot of feather right here, so I'm just gonna move this individual point right about there. And then with that right there, so it starts like that. Okay, and then to change the color, to change the color of this, we're gonna want to type color corrector, and then you want to use the first one, not the secondary. Just drag the default onto the shockwave clip, and then now you want to go to the mid and the high. Let's say I want it to make it red. I'm just going to drag this to wherever I want it. Let's say I want it deep red, and it'll look red. If you want it to make these outer lines red, drag the high to the red, and then it'll change red. So if I made it, you can make it 2 colors if you want to be fancy, like a fire. Look at that fire, right? Now it looks like fire. You never want to drag this top clip, because then you'll get the outside to be blue, or unless you want it to do that, and that can be a even trippier effect. So let's say, I think they did it in the video here. So the way they did it in the video is, let's go back to the beginning. This was red, no one kind of noticed, but when this faded out, it turned back to original lighting. You can kind of give that same effect, but not really. You'd have to put the color correction on the clip itself, but it'll give more of an effect if you do it. Let's say, so if I change the high to blue a little bit, about like that, and then I keyframed it by pressing that, and at the end of the clip, let's go 1 frame, I change it back to normal. So we have fire, we changed the color of the shockwave, and we changed the color of the background. So it'll start off blue with red, and it'll go back to normal. And then it gives that extra, since the effect is so fast, people won't notice, but it's just a little subtle effect that gives it that extra, oomph. So if you did it for all of them, it will just even give that extra oomph. But that was a pretty quick tutorial on my part, so leave a like and comment, or dislike if you didn't like the video or like the video. It really helps me out. Subscribe for more videos. I'm pumping out these videos all day long for more music video effects. Check out my Sellfy if you want me to edit your music video, if you want me to, I don't know, if you want to download, or like I said in the beginning, if you want to download my editing pack, or if you want to download the 50 of these shockwaves I have. It's just $1. You can just download it for $1. Just help me out. I'm trying to make a living. I'm selling out. Whatever. Yeah, basically, leave a comment if you have a suggestion for a video. And yeah, that's it. Peace out. Later.